Okay.
Okay, so this is a demonstration. It's an elevator scene, a demonstration of how you can stage a scene on a tabletop with just objects for the characters. These characters, I want to explain a little something about these characters. I'm going to put one character in here right now. This is George. This is a cup. Using cups are good because this becomes the direction they're facing. It's very clear which way he's facing. Okay, so all of our characters are made out of cups. This is a scene between George and Martha. George comes into the elevator first. Martha is following, his wife is following behind him. He comes into the elevator and comes over into this, pretty much into this corner, and ends up facing towards the door. Martha follows him in, but leaves a lot of space between her and George, and she ends up here facing him. And what this tells me is, with this configuration, he doesn't want to talk about what she wants to talk about, and she's determined to talk about whatever they need to talk about. So the scene starts, the elevator's doors close, the scene starts, and they talk for a little while. Elevator doors open, and two more people come in. There's a businessman who comes in, and he comes in and he comes over here and ends up sort of in front of George, facing towards the doors, and his secretary comes in here and she is facing towards the door, the two of them. Now the whole room has changed. The doors close, and now Martha and George, who still have to continue their conversation, they're the only ones who have dialogue here. Now it's not as private a scene as it was before. A little while later, the doors open again. The businessman leaves, because that's where he was going. The secretary starts to leave, but then she turns and looks at George, and the elevator doors close. Now it's a three-character scene, and Martha and George have to try to continue their scene as best as they can. Elevator doors open again. The secretary turns and leaves, but a fifth character comes in, and this is a little old lady, and she comes in, and the doors are closing behind her, and she does not turn. She is staring right at them. Now you have a three-character scene again, but you have the third character actually looking at them, which makes this relationship even less private. It's getting near the end of the scene, and George wants to get out. He wants to leave. He wants to get out of the scene. The elevator doors open, and he goes around the lady, using the little lady to sort of block him from his wife, who is probably turning as he goes, and he goes out, and she maybe starts to go, but then it looks at the little old lady and stays in the elevator. And now the little old lady is turning to her, and the elevator doors close, and off they go up to the top floor. And that is the end of the scene.